Yeah, I let the intrusive thoughts win. Welcome back to Satisfactory. Today is a very special day. It's the grand finale. Since the launch of Satisfactory, I've been slowly building my way towards the final space elevator parts, but we finally made it. And what better way to end this playthrough than automating two apocalyptic components, AI expansion servers to kickstart Singularity and Bomb. So today we are finally launching the space elevator. But just as I was about to send these parts towards the main base, I decided to work on one final project, one last build to send off this playthrough, and things quickly got out of hand. Really out of hand. So like a hungover Duke trying to piece together what the hell happened in Las Vegas, let's take it from the start. So last time we finalized two lines of superposition oscillators. The reason being is that each of the last two project assembly parts need them in their supply chains. So I started yet another satellite factory out in the northern forest, used the most power-intensive endgame buildings on the tech tree, and struggled through yet another AMD driver crash. And so after pushing through 13 frames per second, we now have a foundation for the endgame. So let's wrap it up. All we need to do is four things. First, get us some neural quantum processors automated. Combine them with that 3 line of superposition oscillators per minute to automate GLaDOS. Number 3, combine some more endgame junk to mass-produce ballistic warp drives, like we're manufacturing for Lockheed Martin Missiles and Fire Control Division. And number 4, transport all of this to the space elevator in the most direct and optimized method possible. Let's get to it. Now, before I build AI expansion servers, we need quantum processors. These require 4 things: time crystals, fixite trigons, supercomputers, and excited photonic matter. So to start things off, we get to refining deuterium ingots. Lend them a copy of Celeste and let them play in the converter so they can come out as fixite trigons. With a couple of constructors, we can then move on to time crystals. This works the same way as the last time, just ethically and sustainably convert oil to diamonds. Then involves some sciencey stuff to convert them into the time crystals. So that leads to the supercomputers, or as our boy Heim Kibitz likes to say, supercomputers. Thankfully, I managed to build this way back by getting an extra line of 4 supercomputers per minute automated back at the Dune deserts. All I need to do is bring them on a train and transport them into the super lab. Just ignore the clipping. This leaves us to excited photonic matter, which is easy. Just show some screenings of Revenge of the Sith and harness the audience's energy when Anakin Skywalker kills those kids. There you go, just siphon out the dark matter residue and make it somebody else's problem. And now we're moving along. Now we need to mix those all together into one final quantum encoder for part number 3. Just drag those quantum neural processors right from the last line. I then get the 4 per minute line of superposition oscillators to cross over from the opposite side of the super lab. Because it wouldn't be satisfactory without some conveyor chain, right? Set up some more screenings of Revenge of the Sith in the Minecraft movie, then feed in a bunch of magnetic field generators that I had stockpiled from my main base. And there it is, a complete inverse of Wheatley from Portal 2. I feel like the bride striking out targets from the hit list. I'm gonna have those cook up and wait it out in this industrial storage unit, while I work on mass producing enough missiles to get me a job offer from Raytheon. Look, I know ballistic warp drives are not actually bombs or missiles, except if it's not bomb, why is it bomb-shaped? Anyways, these really are the most absurdly complex project assembly part in the game. You only need 200 of them, and you can just hand-feed every single part into a manufacturer, which is what I kinda have to. As before, I need to thread this 3 super oscillator line into this last manufacturer. Thermal propulsion rockets are the project assembly precursor part, which thankfully I stockpiled because they are a bitch to automate, and I already tore down my modular engine factory. Then we need singularity cells. And this should not have worked as well as it did, but I stockpiled them by accident. I built some teleporters earlier, but never bothered making a YouTube video on it. But because I had that extra production, I ended up stockpiling these guys in a storage container, and here they are, they're ready to go. And thank God, because I've reached the fucking threshold, because there's no way I need to go through everything to get more nuclear pasta. I guess you can say my laziness literally paid off. The last thing I need is dark matter crystals. And guess what? All that excess dark matter that I've been cooking up with the other components, well, I'm just gonna shove that into a particle accelerator, use the dark matter crystallization alt recipe to speed run the crystals, and then export them into another storage unit. They all join hands in one final manufacturer to produce me my very first warp drive. And there it is, I guess. An 8-month journey. Wait, what the fuck? It's already been 8 months since this game hit 1.0? I guess I sort of formed a connection to this game. Made my first real journey in the content creation. Like my proper introduction to video editing. I remember during the pandemic when I stumbled across that infamous Let's Game It Out video. I got Satisfactory Early Access on the Epic Game Store within a week, and it's been game over ever since. All I need to do now is just get these on a train and fire them off into the space elevator. I even have this station ready to go. I just gotta automate one last train. But, what's the rush? There's so much more to do. There's other production lines. So many things to automate. So many things to optimize. Just maybe we can create one final masterpiece. And it was Josh from Let's Game It Out who got me into this mess, so it's fitting that he's gonna be the one to get me out. They say imitation is the greatest form of flattery. And if that's the case, I'm about to be featured in the next H-Bomber Guy video. Yeah, I think it's good enough. Yep, that's right. I recreated the famous conveyor tornado, or at least half of one. But I didn't just stop there. Oh no. I embraced chaos here and created something truly separated from God's good light. I bet you got questions. Many questions. Like, why is all this random crap all around the tornado? But more strikingly, why is this place suddenly irradiated? Well, you see, I wanted to use the drone to deliver these parts, but drones need fuel. And I just so happened to be overproducing the cleanest and most consequence-free energy source on the planet, plutonium fuel rods. I used a drone powered by the atom to deliver me these funky boys. But I didn't just want to directly feed the final drone. No, I wanted to create one last tribute to my factory world. So how about we go on a little grand tour? The rods get dropped off at this drone port. They then fly around this entire Tier 1 belt like it's a small world, except everybody works in the factories, everything is irradiated, and somehow the water is less toxic than the actual Disney ride itself. So to start off, I create a rude simulation of my starter factory. I even recreate this giant stick to be the space elevator. The plutonium then drifts through my first big expansion, my coal plant and foundries. Significant because this is where I started covering my first Satisfactory short tutorials. The rods then weave through these field generators in honor of my very first long-form YouTube video on Satisfactory, the wavy belts symbolizing my unstable power generation. The next stop on this trip is into this cube, a scaled-down model of the Super Cube, home to my heavy modular frame factory and my turbo motor factory. And oh hey, look at that. We even got a nuclear reactor as a callback to my haunted nuclear power plant. The belt then takes one last trip through this extremely accurate one-to-one recreation of the Desert Dune factory before ascending towards greatness. All the while, the smart wheatlies and bombs merge into one last Tier 1 belt and spiral around this rock column. To truly understand a man, you must walk a mile in their shoes. So, you might need Plato to quote me, because I now know that I have no fucking idea how Josh does it. I got bored fast of making this tornado. You can see the exact point where the fuck it threshold kicks in, and I just bring it right back to the top. And once the items actually had to travel around this entire thing, I was going to accelerate the hair loss that men go through in their 30s, because waiting for this thing broke me. It's like that ice cream sandwich cartoon of him having to sit down and test for ADHD.
ADHD test. Stay still. 30 minutes.
Bro, I get it. After a century of waiting, the items finally make it towards their final drone. A drone station named after a very specific feeling when you finally make that snap, and it all blows away to dust. Well, that's it, I guess. The last two project assembly parts are finally getting delivered in batches, and I'm just killing time until it's done. I get to press this giant big red button one last time before pulling the lever on this run. For those of you who watched me since the beginning or found me through my daily Satisfactory shorts,
Unsurprisingly,
thank
here's
you for
another
stopping by.
presentation.
The fact that many of you were willing to sit through gameplay footage filmed on 13 frames per second means a lot. I'm going to be playing a bit on my alt playthrough. I'm going to keep making some shorts, but I think it's time to change things up going forward. Expect some more Satisfactory shorts, plus a couple more long-form tutorials. I also definitely want to make more deep dives. I might turn my Flash animation retrospective into a series, so be sure to check those out. In the meantime, thanks for stopping by. Let's enjoy this crazy animation. That was nice. Now what? Does the space elevator do anything anymore? Pioneer purpose concluded. That sounds kind of grim.